You're watching the Goddess Channel, sacred sexuality for the 21st century. My heart chakra is my most vibrant chakra. It is the one that got me through Vipassana. And the secret thing that I snuck in was self-love. So when things got really hard for me, and they don't talk about any form of reassurance, and they're always talking about be happy. This is be happy, learn how to find real inner peace. I found it so hard to be happy when everybody's walking around with like a very somber, everybody's going through their own journey, but for the most part, the people that I was surrounded by, they were not smiling, and they were walking around with pretty long faces. So I found that I had to tell myself every day, I love you, I love you, I love you, you're doing great, I love you. I would look myself in the mirror, you're doing great, you can get through this, I love you so much. I would put my hand on my heart to stop myself from sobbing at times, and I would tell myself, I love you, you're a spiritual soldier, you can do this, 3 more days, 2 more days, 4 more days, whatever, you can do this, you're amazing, whatever affirmations you need to tell yourself. And that's something that I am going to integrate post-Vipassana. So while I was in there, I gave Vipassana technique a total chance, but I realized that for me, understanding the chakra system and channeling energy, especially love energy, that's what I specialize in with my clients. That's what I give to myself. And for me, just loving myself became key in surviving the whole journey. And so that's kind of what I stuck in. Some people need to pray to Jesus. Some people need to look at a picture of their daughter. Whatever it is that you need to do to get you through those 10 days, you're probably going to find that you do it. And that's okay. People realize, I think, that everybody's doing that to some degree. But we don't advertise it to each other because we're not talking to each other. So whatever it is that you need, but you're not going to do it in too much, you're going to do it in total moderation because you're still giving Vipassana a try. But you just don't want to run out of the parking lot in pain. And so what it is in little amounts that you need to do to get through another hour or another day. One of their graphics is a spinning wheel GIF, and that's the wheel of nature, which is basically that cycle of everything pleasure and painful arises and falls, arises and falls. So if you have chronic pain in your body, you have emotional pain, you have whatever pain is causing you misery, everything eventually exists to rise and fall. That is the wheel of nature. And so as you sit through your meditation for 10 hours, you realize that everything arises and falls. And I can actually sit through a meditation and I feel like a bug is crawling on me, and then it goes away. And to this day, you don't actually know if it's a real bug or not, but you're supposed to sit still. Similarly, another example is when you get emotional and a tear falls from your eye. You are meant to sit in complete stillness throughout the tickling of that tear sliding down your cheek, all the way to the drying of that tear. And you see that whole cycle and how it plays out. And so through your breath and doing the Vipassana meditation, you realize you get to witness firsthand this arising and falling of pain. And other people who have chronic arthritis and different back pain, they have written about their experience and how for the first time they felt like they were able to reach certain heights by using this technique to work through their pain in ways that they haven't tried before. So everybody's journey is different. Everyone's pain is different. I found that I was able to work through an amazing amount of toxicity that was in my mental brain, and it's not all gone. It's not going to go away in 10 days. This retreat just gives you a lot more strength. It's taking out the garbage, and so it's basically like when you go back to your regular life and you have to take on what you left behind, you're going to be that much more lighter, that much more stronger. It is not going to, take away any of whatever it is that you tried to run away from. But I find that I'm so much more clearer, so much more stronger. I was really not doing good before I came in, and that's why I kind of rushed to do it, because I was like, I really need to mentally reboot. This is going to be so beneficial for me. I was ready at this time. I really was going to, I was ready to try something that I hadn't tried before and tackle one of my biggest fears for 2015. So I'm really proud of myself because it was so scary for me to take on something that was so unknown. I'd known that people had done it before. At least 3 other people had dropped a seed in front of me and talked about Vipassana being such a good thing for them. You should try it. You should try it. But, it takes a few people, and hopefully this video will help you also see. And I'm hosting a webinar. It's going to be a Google chat on air, and it's going to be on July 7th at 11 a.m. And I'm bringing on two people, one male and one female, who have finished a 10-day course, and they're going to chat with me about their experiences, and we're just going to talk about our different journeys. Every breath and every moment that you have is valuable. And you know that when you're meditating for 10 hours, yes, you could be working on projects, you could be working on work, you could be checking emails, all of these things. And it does make you value every moment, every breath becomes very valuable. And so that's basically, I wanted to just get out of there eventually and just tackle on all these projects with new functionality and new strength. And I really got basically to the root of my aversions and my cravings. And that doesn't mean that I don't have aversions and cravings, and that's the whole point, is that everything is going to rise and fall. But you know that when you're creating aversions, which is hatred, like anger, that you are creating, you're making it worse for yourself. You're creating misery for yourself. And so just to meditate on unlearning the aversion pattern and the craving pattern, it really, really worked for me. I have yet to see basically, how it's going to integrate into my life. I do still keep up an hour-long meditation practice every day. You're supposed to do 1 hour at night and 1 hour during the day, so I've already fallen off of that boat. But definitely 1 hour a day I've been doing, and that's been pretty amazing for me. Something that I feel like I need, whereas before, and the way that I meditate is without music, is without marijuana, it is without, visualizing anything, so I can really, really have the maximum benefit of clearing my mind in ways as deep into the subconscious as possible. So come to the Google Hangout on air, July 7th, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. There will be 2 other people on there with me, and we'll be chatting. It's open to the public, and we're doing this in service for you in case you are thinking of doing a meditation retreat and you think that you're ready and you're committed to learn this technique. It's completely non-religious. It's safe for atheists and agnostics. If you are able to take on this Buddhist influence and know that the intention for them to have this Buddhist influence is not to convert you to Buddhism. So just feel honored that you are able to get a teaching that's only 3 individuals deep. And I think that's why they teach it in its pure form. I buy DVD and they use all of his words. And the co-teachers basically don't say anything, but they allow you to go on your breaks and go to the bathroom and do what you need to do, blow your nose. But the teachers just answer questions. It's mainly the teachings are from these DVDs that are played every night. So go in there because you're ready to learn something that you've never learned before. Unplug and meditate. So I hope this was of benefit to you. If you have more questions, you want a more diverse panel of opinions, and you're still, on the fence, so then come to the Google Hangout on air July 7th at 11 a.m. Hope to see you. Thank you for watching the Goddess Channel.